know what the turnaround time has been?
About 2 weeks right now.
Is it 2 weeks? All right, well, 2 weeks is going to cramp my style. I was hoping to work on this stuff. Well, hello, welcome back to Tale 3 Cabins. So my tractor was only gone 1 week instead of the 2 weeks that they had originally told me. And then originally before that, they told me that they would have somebody come out and take care of the repair, but that was not the case. Things did pile up in that 1 week that the tractor was gone. So I had a few chores that I needed to take care of before we started with the great wood migration. One of those chores that needed attention was back up here on our bridge. This is becoming an annual event using the backhoe to dislodge materials that have flowed downstream from our creek. It usually starts out as fallen branches and then sticks and then leaves. So I decided to test out the Curtis cab roof to see how well it could handle running into a garage door. I'm happy to report that the Curtis cab stood up well, but the garage door itself, none too much. I was trying to help Karen with cleaning out the chicken coop, and we usually pull the tractor in as much as we can and use the loader as a wheelbarrow. And I was concentrating not to hit the ladder inside our shed with the loader and completely forgot about the roof of our cab. Roses?
Are you liking me in here?
Yeah.
Gotta put the food in first.
Hang on. Just. And you come out.
Don't forget, you gotta put the food back in.
And close it.
You're pretty good.
Got it?
Got it.
So this second attempt didn't work out too well. All right, before we start the Great Wood Migration, let's just do a little reminder just how helpful JD has been in this whole project with cutting down this old red oak tree. We felled this old oak tree in late winter. Once we had it on the ground, we needed JD to help us clear out the driveway so we could continue to use it for accessing our vehicles and any deliveries that should come down from the post office. Next was cutting up the big trunk, and with the assistance of JD, keeping my chainsaw from being pinched, and also carrying some of the larger chunks of wood over to the log splitter. The cut pieces from this red oak were so heavy that I again needed JD just to move them and position them into the log splitter. There was no way I was going to manually do this by myself. And then that brings us to the method of what we would use for the Great Wood Migration. I decided we would use this old trailer that I had sitting here stuck in the mud for a couple of years now. And that brings us up to date where we're at now. Okay, I have the bulk of that tree cut up, split, and stacked. There are some other branches and some other limbs that need to be cut up in the future. But for now, I need to get JD down to Southern Ohio. This is going to be my first time towing JD with the new pickup truck. I thought I'd pull the trailer out, check things out, make sure all the lights were working, put some air in the tires, and just give it a nice little overview. For now, I'm just hooking the trailer lights up to the truck itself just to see if they're working properly. And I don't have it hooked up to the hitch, and I think that might be a problem. I tried using my Ford app, which has a testing mode for trailer lights, and it worked like a charm with our travel trailer. But for some reason, it's having issues. I thought maybe because I don't have the tongue on the ball of the hitch and that the ground might be a problem. So I'll hook it up in a little bit and try it again. turned on the onboard scale feature of this truck, and you can see as the trailer sets on the ball of the hitch, it gradually gets higher and higher. This is going to be a new trailer to the truck, so I'm going to enter in that it's going to be JD's trailer, and then I'm going to put in its specifications, length, size, weight, type of brakes, etc. I couldn't do this on my previous truck, and being able to do this individually by trailer, you can keep track of the mileage, gives you more of an idea when you need to service it, when you might need to grease the bearings, check on the brakes. A very helpful feature. Again, with the onboard scale, I'll repeat loading the trailer up, and you can see an adjustment of the weight. It actually gets a little bit lighter as you're on the back end of the trailer and coming up the ramps, and then it gets a little bit heavier as you move forward. Still plenty of capacity left. First time being hooked up to this truck, it looks like the tail end of my trailer might be a little low, and I might have to adjust my hitch. But the truck isn't necessarily level right now. The front wheels are a little bit lower, so I have to wait till I'm on some flatter ground. Again, I tried using the app and testing the trailer brake lights, but again, it did not work. If I manually tested the lights, they did come on, the turn signals did work, and the brake lights work. So I'm off to Southern Ohio, where JD's going to have a lot of work to do down there in a short period of time. I'm not positive because of the way the truck was sitting in our driveway, kind of on a little downhill slope, but I might have to adjust the hitch a little bit, and we'll really know once I get down to our place here in Southern Ohio, because I always scrape this trailer, and we'll just see how bad that scrapes. All right, that is going to do it for today. We're going to pick up in Southern Ohio with a couple projects that need to be taken care of down there. We're specifically going to need to use the backhoe and dig out that old water tank. Also, I need to take care of my UTV battery and some other issues down there. So we'll start off with that next week. In the meantime, I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when new one's coming out, and keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.